In the month of October, Houston saw a continued slowdown in the real estate market. How are you guys doing today? My name is Andy.montalvo. I'm a real estate agent here in Houston, Texas with Martha Turner, Sotheby's International. And today I wanted to give you your Houston rundown of the real estate market in the month of October. So without wasting any time, let's get straight to it. The Houston real estate market is still seeing a slowdown in sales in single-family homes. In the month of October, Houston saw around 6,666 single-family home sales. That was around 14.7% decrease from October 2020 and around 11.2% decrease from September 2021. Now, this decrease in the home sales is still attributed to buyers not coming on the market and just kind of waiting and see what will happen to home prices in the next couple months. It could also be because we are seeing a little bit of an increase in mortgage rates here and there, which could take some buyers out of a buying position. We are still seeing a low inventory that will not keep up with the buyer demand that we currently have. So as long as that keeps going on, prices will continue to increase and we'll stay in that seller's market, but things are starting to normalize. They're starting to kind of level out a little bit. Now, I did want to share with you guys real quick, even though we are in a low inventory market, as you can see, there's a general upward trend of active listings as the months go by to close out 2021, which is something that we hope continues through 2022 in order to get a more stabilized real estate market. Now, on the topic of pricing, the median sales price for a single family home in Houston continued to climb a little bit from September to October, and it is now at around $305,000. Now, that is still a 15% increase from October 2020. So as you can see, prices are continuing to climb. Just how much they are climbing by on a month-to-month basis is decreasing. Another thing that's kind of showing that we're leading towards a more normalized market is an increase in the months of inventory. Now, Houston saw a 10% increase in the month of inventory for real estate, which is good because it's showing that the market is kind of teetering towards that middle ground between buyers and sellers market. However, nationally, the month of inventory dropped 10%. It went from 2.6 to 2.4. That just means that some other areas around the country are leaning more towards sellers market. Now, speaking of the country as a whole, when you split it up into the West, the Midwest, the Northeast, and the South, which are the four major sectors of the United States, the South still leads the nation in home sales, which is either telling us one or two things. Either people are just doing transactions all over the place in the South, or a lot of people are migrating from the northern or western eastern states down to the southern states of the United States. Now let's shift our focus back to Houston. Inside the loop of Houston, the Heights and Greater Heights area saw the most activity, with 177 contracts written and 102 homes sold. Next up, we had the University area, which had 61 contracts written and 30 homes sold. And right behind it came the Rice Military and Washington Corridor area with 57 contracts written and 35 homes sold. Now, Houston is much larger than just inside the loop, and some would say that most home selling activity happens outside the loop. So when you step outside the loop and you go to the suburbs and the master plan communities, you will find that Katy was the most active area with 1,047 contracts written and 535 homes sold. Then you had the area of Spring on the north side of Houston that had 683 contracts written and 435 homes sold. And then on the southwest side of Houston, you had Richmond, which had 596 contracts written and 302 homes sold. Now, I wanted to touch briefly on new construction. New construction is still kind of slowed down due to the inventory shortages on lumber and metals and all that kind of stuff. However, we did see a 2% increase in active listings for new construction here in the Houston area, which is awesome because it shows that builders are getting more confident on what they can build and when they can have it by and at what price they can sell it at. So I did want to cover a really cool development in Houston, and that is City Place. City Place is located in the Springwoods Village area on the north side of Houston, and it will be a 2,000-acre development that will have residential apartments, office spaces, parks, restaurants, retail, all that kind of stuff, all mixed in together. Essentially kind of like its own little city. Now, currently they're not selling homes there. If I am not mistaken, they won't start building home sites until 2023, but they do plan for 5,000 home sites, which will add a lot of homes into the Houston market. Now, if you're looking for something fun to do here in Houston, on November 13th, Post Houston will open. This is a really cool mixed-use development that a lot of Houstonians are very excited about. The development is going to have retail, restaurants, office spaces, a music venue, a park on the top, a sky garden, all these awesome things that are going to come with this development in itself. It will probably be one of the staples for Houston and one of the main attractions for years to come. So on November 13th, make sure to go check it out. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this rundown of the Houston real estate market. And please, if you have any questions, put them down below. I would love to get them answered for you. Now, if you are not from Houston or don't live here in Houston and want to learn a little bit more about the city and learn some of its pros and cons, check this video out. It's gonna lay out the top 3 pros and cons about the city of Houston. As always, guys, hit that like and subscribe button, as your support means everything to me, and I want to continue being the voice of real estate information for the city of Houston for you. And I will leave it at that. I hope to see you guys next time.